a little peace and quietude. Sid has agreed to entertain us with the talking style. All right, come on, it won't take long. Come listen to it. He's going to tell you a tale.
Kate Helen has asked me to say a poem that our grandmother Vann used to recite to them when they were little children. Mother said she stood on the back right side of grandmother's chair, and Aunt Edith stood on the left side when they had a baby.
While his mother was rocking a baby, of course.
All right. It could have been Kate Helen. It could have been Mary Owens or Jim. But the way I got it figured, it would be one of them about that age. I suppose it could have been Felix. Anyway, in this Marilyn Espy McClendon can also recite this very poem. She did it for me up in front of the Alpha Insurance agents about almost a year ago, a little less than a year ago. But it's one by James Witcomb Riley, and I'm sure you all have heard Little Orphan Annie. If you haven't, you're about to hear. Come on. Another one that Brother Wayne is actually the one that got me started on this. Mother used to read them to us when we were little. She'd read Little Orphan Annie and the Raggedy Man. Well, last Thanksgiving, Wayne quoted about a verse of Raggedy Man. And then Mother comes telling me how her mother quoted them to her. Aunt Emily read them to David and Steve. But once I heard that, then I got interested in it, and I learned the rest of the poem that Wayne was quoting. Then I learned Little Orphan Annie, and I learned several more since then. But it's great stuff. He uses dialect. He talks like country folks, so it fits me pretty well. Little Orphan Annie has come to our house to stay and wash the cups and saucers up and brush the crumbs away and shoo the chickens off the porch and dust the hearth and sweep and make the fire and bake the bread and earn her board and keep. And all us other children, when the supper things is done, we sit around the kitchen fire and has the mostest fun, a-listening to the witch tales that Annie tells about, and the goblins that get you if you don't watch out. And once there was a little boy who wouldn't say his prayers, and when he went to bed at night away upstairs, his mammy heard him holler, and his daddy heard him bawl, and when they turned the kivers down, he wasn't there at all. And they seeked him in the rafter room and cubbyhole and press, and seeked him up the chimbley flue and everywhere, I guess. But all they ever found was this his pants and roundabout. And the goblins will get you if you don't watch out. And Little Orphan Annie says when the blaze is blue and the lamp wick sputters and the wind goes woo, and you hear the crickets quit and the moon is gray and the lightning bugs and dew is all squinched away, you'd better mind your parents and your teachers fond and dear, and cherish them that loves you, and dry the orphans' tear, and help the poor and needy ones that clusters all about. Yeah, the goblins will get you if you don't watch out.
What about the little girl? What about the little girl?
I left out a verse that
So what was the little girl?
I'm sorry.
Mama knows it.
Yeah.
Tell him, how's it start, Mama?
One time, this is supposed to be after the little boy, and I forgot it. One time a little girl that all us laugh and grin and made fun of everyone and all her blood and kin. And one time when they was company and old folks was there, she mocked them and shocked them and said she didn't care. And about that time, this is according to my mother, about that time, Mother standing on the right, when she was saying this right here, she turned around and looked at Aunt Edith. And one time when there was company and the old folks was there, she mocked them and shocked them and said she didn't care. And this, as she kicked her heels and turned to run and hide, there was two great big black things standing by her side. And they snatched her through the ceiling before she knowed what she was about. And the goblins will get you.
No, you didn't.
And I can remember hearing those tales too. I don't remember how to recite it.
I'm sure that she read it to you. Most all of the kids, Kate Helen probably, Beth said that she did. So it's some of our heritage. And
Do you remember them?
What about the regular?